When I cleaned out old notes on my phone recently, I found one called Ideas I'll Start Soon. It was almost embarrassing to read. Learn editing, start posting online, read more, build something of my own. None of the ideas were impossible. The problem wasn't ability. Every single goal had an excuse underneath it. After summer, after work calms down, when I know more. Reading that note made me realize I wasn't waiting for the right moment. I was waiting for permission, and permission never arrives. That changed how I think about progress. People massively overestimate what can happen in 3 months and underestimate what can happen in 5 years. We quit the gym because we don't look different after 8 weeks, stop learning because we're still beginners after 2 months, and abandon businesses because they don't replace our salary in a year. We're measuring long-term games with short-term expectations. A guy I met in a cafe once told me he'd uploaded videos every week for nearly 3 years before one finally exploded. 3 years. There wasn't some movie moment where everything changed overnight. Most weeks, nothing exciting happened. A few hundred views, then a few thousand. Then one video caught on, and suddenly people called him lucky. They never saw the 1,000 ordinary mornings that created that lucky moment. That's when I started thinking about every decision as belonging to one of 3 categories. Comfort decisions make today easier. Maintenance decisions keep life exactly where it is. Compounding decisions make future you stronger. Watching another hour of random videos is comfortable. Going to work and paying your bills is maintenance. Learning a skill nobody can take away from you is compounding. The problem is that compounding decisions rarely feel rewarding today, which is exactly why so few people stick with them. 20 years ago, the safest path was often the best path. Stay loyal to one company, become experienced, and slowly climb. Today, reliability is expected, not rewarded. The people moving fastest are the ones willing to learn again and again. AI changes workflows, new businesses appear every year, and entire careers evolve without asking anyone for permission. Experience still matters, but adaptability multiplies it. Whenever someone says they're too late, I think about history. People thought YouTube was finished in 2015. They thought e-commerce was saturated. They thought podcasts were over. They thought AI had already peaked before most people had even tried it. Every generation believes the biggest opportunities belong to the previous one because it's easier to notice success after it happens than while it's being built. Here's one question that quietly changed my weeks. Every Sunday evening, I ask myself, if I repeated this exact week for the next 5 years, would I like where I'd end up? Sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but it immediately exposes whether I'm drifting or actually building something. It forces me to stop obsessing over goals and start paying attention to systems, because systems are just weeks repeated often enough. If there's one thing I hope you remember, it's this. Your future probably won't be decided by one dramatic decision. It'll be decided by hundreds of ordinary Tuesdays. The book you decided to read instead of scrolling. The skill you practiced when nobody was watching. The video you uploaded even though you thought it wasn't good enough. The conversation you started. The risk you finally took. 5 years from now, those tiny decisions will be impossible to separate from the person you've become. The next 5 years will pass no matter what. The only real question is whether they'll quietly build the life you want or quietly build the life you settled for.